Iasu Malaka. Is it Charlize Theron or Theron? She was almost the lead in Showgirls. She's black? Welcome to the Malaka Podcast. Computer Love, Part 97.
What I'm looking for in a lover is childbearing hips because I have a big head. My name is Alberto. For a living, I work at maintenance. It's pretty wild. Those guys know how to have fun.
Wait. His name's Alberto and he works in maintenance? Oh, there's more. I'm sorry.
My best qualities are that I can cook a patty melt. My favorite meal is going to be alfajores, which is cookie with on the inside is a.
I just want to point this out. I usually play the whole thing, but I really just have to say this. Like, other than the name, there's nothing like Mexican or Spanish or, whatever about him. Like, not even the shirt. Like, the shirt is, I don't know, it's got like stripes on it. It's turquoise. It doesn't, again, it's Alberto number 271 VHS dates. I mean, these things are fucking gold. We're not even halfway here. Hold on.
Glue, and that glue is going to be almost as sweet as Burdo. People say that I fall in love too quick. Well, to that I say, I love you. I am a very fun guy. When I do fun guy stuff, my friends call me Chester the Wise Guy. For fun, I like to read romance books because I'm always the lead character inside of my head. The best advice that I ever received was love is a choice. That's why you choose it every morning. I believe that there is a God and that his name is Jesus. And I would love to talk to you about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was already pushing my luck there with the joke I made before about maintenance. Now it's almost like they're tempting me with the whole Spanish Jesus thing. But the point is, again, this is what they used to do in the 80s and probably 90s, a little thing called VHS tapes, where people would submit dating tapes. And I guess people would choose who they'd want to go out with, and they gave a little brief description, what they like. And I got to be honest, I mean, through Jose's, or I already forgot his name, like in all these tapes. I think this is a better, more fun way to do it than today. I mean, today you don't know what you're getting. I mean, I don't think the senor here is scamming anybody. I think this is, I think he's the real deal, so what you see is what you get. So, yeah. It's, I mean, online dating, it's still fucked up. Episode 97, I should say something right there. Either that or I don't feel like doing any other podcast, but, I don't know. Let's flip a coin on that and, whatever. The point is, I still like telling these stories and, maybe you can learn something from it. Maybe you can't. I don't know. But to my 3 listeners out there, thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. But if you want to support the podcast, it's at the Malaka Podcast 416. I put up various videos, the podcast, just some Family Guy stuff. It's a good little balance of shit. And if you like TikTok, it's at the Malaka Podcast 416-647. Or until they kick me off, again, I'll never understand the algorithm of TikTok. I mean, I could put up a clip from the 80s and I get a violation, and people are taping themselves in a theater while the movie is going, recording a movie and putting it online and getting millions of hits. I'll never understand that. So if someone can explain that to me one day, please do. And yes, if... who am I kidding? We all like Chuck Norris, right? You go on YouTube, put in at the Chuck Norris channel, and enjoy. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further shit, let's begin. This is one person I was talking to. Exactly. I don't know, this intersection can get pretty nuts sometimes on the weekends. But anyways, yeah. So, I'm just like, how is this site treating you? And, she's like, meh. Uh, I've met two people for a first date. That was it. When someone who doesn't know me calls me a pet name, it turns me right off. I am beautiful and a sweetheart, but something about someone who doesn't know me saying it bugs me. LOL. And yeah, I mean that is kind of weird. I mean, you just met someone and you already call them like, you know, yeah. I mean, I guess today you'd get in shit for saying honey and sweet. You know, I don't know. I'm European, so it's kind of in my blood to sometimes say that. Sometimes it just slips out. I mean, sometimes I just like, you know, honey or things that are sweet. I mean, I'm a type 2 diabetic, so, sue me. But the point is, yeah, I mean, to meet somebody, say, hey, hey, John, it's nice to meet you. Oh, well, you too, Sugar Plum. Sorry, that's the first thing I thought of. I haven't said a fruit in a long time too, but yeah, it's not as good as candy. I don't give a fuck what people say. But the point is, yeah, it is. It's definitely weird, And I told her, look, online dating is it's horrible. It's flaky. It's just too much. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm just telling her, like, yeah, have you not met the right person because maybe you just got bad luck or you're not feeling these guys out yet. Take your time with it, blah, 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 And she's like, I try to bring out the best in me, bring out the best in them, blah, blah, blah. And I even made a joke before, like, is there like a height requirement or, whatever? Because a lot of women don't like short guys. They don't. I'm 6'1", and I think it's a decent height. So, but yeah, women don't like short guys. I'm not trying to come down on short guys, pardon the pun. But I don't know. I think a woman prefers a guy that's taller. So just trying to make a joke there, And then she says like height limit. I go, yeah, it was just a joke, So like, what makes you happy? And she's like, do tell. And then again, she asked me height limit, and I said, once again, it's still a joke. So she's telling me she likes, eating chocolate and music and the outdoors, anything outdoors, So I'm like, all right, that's cool. I feel it's a decent conversation here. Why not? I mean, but then again, what do I know? I give her my number, and she's like, I appreciate the offer, but I'm not the one to sit on the phone. Texting is for my two sons, granddaughter, close family, and friends. If it sounds because of a text, it means I need to answer, whatever that means. And unfortunately, we don't know each other enough for you to qualify to that category. ADHD has me sidetracked enough. The Finn, I think she meant phone, sounding a text that isn't in said categories will be a deterrent. I'm sorry. All right. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, usually, I said this before and I'll say it again, for the most part, if you got a good little conversation going, and guys, when you have a good conversation going, you know what I mean? It's not, bullshit or angry or maybe both. You give the woman the number or a guy or, in 2026, both maybe, who knows? And, you should get a text back. If you don't, then you probably never will, because I've had situations where it's like, oh, let's just keep talking here. Okay. And then I ask them, like, go ahead, ask me anything. And then they never ask me anything, nothing. Or sometimes they'll ask me something random and, I'm just like, can we text now because it's a lot easier, more convenient, and what's the difference? I literally just told you, and what do you mean? Blah, 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 blah. So it all goes to shit. So, what are you gonna do? The point is, it didn't work out, and it happens. It sometimes happens, but you know what? That's okay. That's okay. This isn't okay though. Someone sent me a picture of myself. I guess from my profile, you can do that and then write a message. And then, they said, what a great lid. 3 exclamation points. And at this point, I have no idea what the fuck she's talking about. And then she said, so much time is shaved, not to mention all the money you save on maintenance. And I said at this point, like, you completely lost me. And she's like, I was admiring your lack of hair. So again, I don't know if she's being, cute or just a bitch. I have no idea. Keep in mind at this point, like, she looks like, she kind of looks like Meg from Family Guy, because she's got the glasses and the same hair and literally almost the same hat, like she looks like Toad's mom. So I'm like, oh, okay, LOL, very droll, LOL. I'm hopefully she'll pick up on my sarcasm. And then she said, glad you found humor in my honesty. And I said, yeah, eventually. I said, usually I'm the funny one. Not really. How is the dating website treating you? And holy shit, she wrote me a fucking crazy ass novel here. I mean, it is, again, like when you want to, like even with a text, like this would be too much. But yeah, let's just see what's going on here. Usually I'm up at 5 or 6 a.m. to start my day, but since the time change, my rhythm has been off and I've been going back to bed to rest up for a couple of extra hours. Of course, this will change. Nothing in my current living environment is static. And until my new apartment is available, there will be many changes to keep me curious and inspired. Perhaps to the extreme, and that's okay. It's all character building, as mentally exhausting as it is from time to time. How is your health? I think she meant to say health. She forgot the L there. Heath, maybe, I don't know. Listen, we all miss Heath Ledger. I mean, he was going to be in the Dark Knight Rises. It was, rest in peace to him. I did a whole podcast on him, by the way. Interesting dude. Your mental health, your physical health. How about your diet? What healthy activities do you enjoy participating in? Is what you're ingesting helping you live or holding you back? It sounds like an infomercial. I ask because these items have made a big difference for me and are very important to well-being, improving every day. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I even forgot what I asked her. I think I asked her, let me go back here. Yeah, how's this website treating you? Yeah, she said something before that. I mean, not like this novel can get any longer, but holy shit. She's an atheist. Okay. Okay, it's starting to sort of make sense. But the point is, I mean, when you ask somebody, like a very simple question, you probably should just get like a really simple answer. And I just wasn't feeling it. And, I figure I might as well turn the table on her. I mean, she's going to be a bitch to me. I mean, hello, asshole. And then I said, I so wanted to say, shut up, Meg, but I just wanted to sort of keep this going. So, and I said, like, what's up with the, the Meg hat? She's like, the what? The Meg hat. I don't get it. Oh no, the Meg from Family Guy. Oh, okay. She doesn't even know what Family Guy is. So I mean, we have no chance. But the point is, try to keep things simple. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, maybe sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. You know, but what are you gonna do, right? You know, I do regret not saying "shut up, Meg." I really, I think I missed an opportunity there. I had a chance one time to quit a job, and I really wanted to go back there one more time and do like the half baked thing, where he's like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and fuck you, I'm out." And I was right in front of the mic too, and uh, it was it would have been fun, but what are you gonna do? Instead, I'm doing somewhat of a podcast here. Um, so, ladies and gentlemen, it's not all bad. I mean, sometimes you do meet someone, you go out with them for a while, and it just doesn't last. So that's basically what happened with me and this woman here. We just start talking, and finally meet up. Things are good, whatever, and I actually you know got to see her over the holidays. Met her family. It's a whole little thing there. It's not bad. But when I went there, it was. I mean, she had like uh, two kids, and they were both like autistic. And one of them was like really autistic. And I don't know, like she just fed like one of them just like nothing but like KFC. Now again, like KFC is finger looking good, like we all know. I mean, I'm sure you can just Google those. Was it 12, 13, 14 spices, whatever? I mean, it used to be a mystery, and then I don't know. Google fucked up everything. But I'm pretty sure like you shouldn't eat that like every day. But then like she always said like that's all he eats. And I get it. It's like kids that are autistic, like they're very like picky when it comes to food, and like I'm not knocking autism or nothing. Let's just get that out of the way. I'm pretty sure after all these episodes, I got a little of that too. But yeah, or it could be ADHD, or there's got to be something wrong with me. I don't know. But the point is, what I do know is that I'm almost positive. Like if this kid starts or doesn't stop eating this shit, like he's not gonna last long, man. I mean, but yeah. But she could cook other things, and I feel for her. I mean, she is raising these kids by herself, and it's pretty tough. But my hat goes out to her for sure. But but then at one point, like I guess maybe this is her way of kind of. I always have a feeling with people like some people like just don't give a shit. Like they look forward to breaking up with someone. You know what I mean? Like they really just want to say, hey, you're not what I'm looking for. Sometimes they just really go at it. Like, hey, you're an asshole, and yes, I am fucking your friend, or just something like that. You know what I mean? So, but it was weird in this case because we saw each other for a bit. I was over there for a little bit for the holidays there, and then at one point she completely disappeared, and I mean like completely, for at least a good like week and a half. I was really concerned. And then she messaged me and she said, "I'm in the hospital." And I'm like, "Holy shit, like you okay?" Or she's like, "Yeah, I've been through this before. I'm not gonna say what she had, but she's like had this before, and it's kind of like a routine thing, whatever." I'm like, "Are your kids okay? Your family, all that?" She's like, "Yeah, it's okay. I got people, taking care of them. It's all good, whatever." Right? So, Okay, cool, no worries. I mean, and she was staying like overnight too for like a while. I think like at least like a week or something. I'm like, you want me to come there, or you want me to see what's going on? You okay? And she's like, no, it's cool. It's, yeah. I mean, there's nothing you can do, whatever. So I'm like, all right. But I said, like, why didn't I hear from you? Like, didn't you not like have your phone with you? And I don't know. She kind of gave me like a bullshit excuse, like her son like had her phone, whatever. And I'm like, well, how's that possible? I mean, you always message me, but then, you know, I remember one point too, like I don't know, like she's always on her phone too, and then like if I'm on her phone while I'm with her, she gave me shit for it. Then there's a whole like I don't know, kind of like do as I say and not as I do kind of situation. So, and I've seen her kid, like I just said, I mean, you know, I loving the Colonel there, and and like he's always on his laptop. He like playing a game or whatever to keep him busy, and I never once saw him on a phone. I mean, so I smell bullshit. Now I'm not saying she's cheating or whatever, but I mean something's not right. You know what I mean? So and then she get kind of like angry at me, like why are you prying into my life? I'm like, oh, sorry for caring. I mean, that you're in the hospital, whatever, right? So you know, and then she said like I'll see you after I'm done there, and surprise surprise, I never did. So I don't know what happened there. I mean, like she kind of like at one point, even after she came out of the hospital, she kind of like it's almost like she wanted to fight me just over like nothing, because I was trying to say like what is going on, like why are you so distant and whatever, and like, oh, I can't have any space there, this bullshit. So I think she kind of here's, I mean, I'm just speculating here. I think she kind of just planned this, whatever, and yeah, it's I don't know. I really don't know what happened, and it's one of those things where maybe she met someone else, and she just kind of, I don't know, wanted an excuse to break up with me and just kind of, say, hey, now, well, this fight was your fault, and then I don't need this anymore or whatever, and I don't know. I just don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I do know at one point, though, I did stay over there a few nights, and yeah, it just, she smoked like a chimney, man. Holy shit. I mean, yeah, it kind of encouraged me to kind of like, not totally quit smoking. I mean, if you gave me a cigarette right now, I probably would smoke it. Probably not, though. I've been doing more vaping lately, but I don't know, it's just way more convenient, I mean, I don't know, the Gen Z got something right, I guess. But no, Gen Z is cool. It's the millennials that are kind of dicks. It's a whole thing. I'll talk about it one day. But the point is, yeah, I mean, like she smoked those like Indian Reserves, and like it's just one after another, man. Fuck, it was like I feel like I was dating Kathleen Turner there. But yeah, and then she liked to drink a lot, man. Like I mean, and at one point I told her, like, do you really need that drink right now? Like, I don't want to be one of those people, but I mean, it was like every night a lot, and she's like, fine, I'll have to do this. But like, you go into a room and like it just reeked of smokes, and like, of course, she didn't smell it because she's used to it. But yeah, I'm like, this is fucking crazy here, And then at one point, I did sleep on the couch. I did. That was probably the best night's sleep I ever had there, which might have. Now I think about it, that may not have helped our situation, but I mean, it was a really comfortable couch. But, yeah. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, sometimes, an online dating relationship could work. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't. She made a great turkey. I'll say that. It was a very, very good turkey. And, yeah. And then at one point, her mom was going to come over, and she didn't because I think she hurt herself. And she sounded like a hoot. I don't know. She sounded like a fun person too. But I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes you just don't know with people. You just don't really know. I mean, I've learned a few things in life. One, you can't eat KFC every day. Believe me. When I was a kid, I tried, okay? Especially back in the day, Ask anybody who grew up in like, you know, I think they stopped doing this around the 2000s where they had Toonie Tuesdays and you get 2 pieces of chicken and fries for $2. It was beautiful. A toonie is the equivalent of $2 in Canada, which I believe is worth maybe 40 cents American. Uh, and but it was the shit. It was awesome. You know, I'd have night school and like right on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I don't know, the whole 3 hours I'm there, I'm like, I just want to go home and eat some KFC. And, you know, one of my buddies there, we, you know, get high and eat chicken and go nuts, man. And, you know, we'd smoke weed in his basement. And like, we put a piece of paper, like at the vent ceiling there, you know, just so the weed wouldn't creep up. But it did, you know, but still, we thought we were slick, but we weren't. But, I don't know where I'm going with this, but the point is, you know, a lot of times it does work, sometimes it doesn't, you know, so. But there's one thing that I found like really interesting throughout like all this was, I don't like, it seemed like she didn't like get along with, like certain family members, whatever, and it was like weird. And like at one point, like, and you know, and I'll just say this, like the ending of the Big Lebowski there, you know, it kind of, that kept, you know, playing in my head, and I'll explain why. Because at one point she told me that she didn't like this one family member so much, and like out of spite, like they didn't want to pay. And listen, like funerals are fucking insane. I mean, it literally is like a license to print money. I mean, I've even looked it up. Like I said to myself, if I ever, you know, come into some money, like a good amount of money, I'm gonna open up a funeral home. And I've looked into it, and no bullshit. Like, if you open up a funeral home, more than likely you will make your money back within, I think, 3-4 years, and the rest is profit. And you can make probably a good, like anywhere between $500,000 to $1 million profit every year after that. You know, and they always say like two things in life are for sure: taxes and death. You know, and yeah, I mean, yeah, like the prices of caskets and all that shit could be pretty crazy. But she had this one relative like cremated, and she said like out of spite, because I think her and another relative wanted to get back at this relative, that they literally put her ashes in like some kind of like cheap Dollarama container, you know. And I just kept thinking of that scene in Big Lebowski where like John Goodman has you know, aka Walter, you know, the dude's dude, puts Donnie's ashes in like just this big ass Folgers like coffee tin. I think it was Folgers, right? I mean, those are some big ass tins. I mean, they're only a few bucks, right? But you know, like it's a fucking movie. But they did this like just to spite this relative. So that's how like angry she was to other people. And like once I heard that, and then all this shit happened after, yeah, and then I was kind of thinking like, fuck. I mean, she doesn't really give a fuck. I mean, yeah, she can be nice at times, but then other times it's like, fuck. I mean, that's some pretty vengeful shit. And yeah, and like she hid the tin. I think she said like they told the relative that they put it in like a nice vase or whatever. Or what's it called, an urn? And like behind like the cheap ass urn, behind it they put this bullshit container that had the real ashes in it, like in this case. And you know, kind of like, so like her and like the other relative would have a private laugh and going, hey, you know, her ashes aren't really in there. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is like fucking crazy. So, you know, she's telling, and I remember I'm in the car listening to this shit. You know, I'm like, wow, this is like really, this is fucked, man. So, you know, what I'm trying to say is, ladies and gentlemen, is that, you know, surprise, surprise, you may not meet the best people online. And, you know, I mean, that is just, you know, and again, I like funeral homes are extremely expensive, but I mean, you know, to do that, and I'm assuming that that dead person, you know, that person's ashes. I mean, yeah, she's got to be, or he, or like I said, in today's world, maybe both. He's got to be pretty pissed off that he or she is not where they belong. I mean, it's just their little private joke. Like it's hiding behind other shit. And damn, that's fucking crazy. You know. So what do we learn from this episode today? Um, you know, maybe not everybody is as they seem to be, but maybe a lot of people are just like Alberto. There you go. Alberto European. Remember that? Yeah, they still make that, right? The shampoo? No, they don't. I don't know. Me and Alberto got the same haircut, so I don't know. We're both saving on shampoo there. But the point is, yeah, I mean, you know, let's say what you want about the, Mr. Alberto over here, but at least he's honest. I mean, I don't think he would do that to someone's ashes, but who knows why people do what they do. But again, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this is the crazy world of online dating. But I still wish her all the best. Hope her kids get all right there. I'm still concerned about, the dude eating KFC every day. I mean, KFC is delicious. And I remember when they used to call it Kentucky Fried Chicken, but they did that because obviously I remember my mom saying, well, they did that on purpose because they don't want people to know it's fried. I'm like, Mom, look at it. Like, if you can't tell this thing is fried, I mean, your brain is fried. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty obvious, but do they still serve extra crispy? Or I always like that one, but I think they stopped with that one, but I always like that one better. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the world of online dating. And in the end, I do just wish the people all the best. And I don't have to tell you, worst case scenario, watch the movie The Big Lebowski, because it is one of the funniest movies of all time. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, the dude abides. I don't know about you, but I take pride in knowing that. I hate to see Donnie go, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. It's the way she goes. It's the way she fucking goes. Trailer Park Boys, that's always good too. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another ash-free episode of Computer Love, part 97.
Donnie was a good bowler and a good man. He was one of us. He was a man who loved the outdoors and bowling. And as a surfer, he explored the beaches of Southern California, from La Jolla to Leo Carrillo and up to Pismo. He died as so many young men of his generation before his time. In your wisdom, Lord, you took him. As you took so many bright, flowering young men at Quezon, at Londoc, at Hill 364. These young men gave their lives. So did Donnie.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but can I just point out that how the fuck did John Goodman not get at least a nomination for Best Supporting Actor for this role? I mean, who else could have played this? I'm sorry, I just wanted to say that.
Donnie, who loved bowling. And so, Theodore Donald Karabatsov.
Sorry, I always forget what Donnie's last name is. Is that a Greek last name, or if I had a podcast that people actually listen to, I'd do more research, but I don't know, that sounded Greek to me. And it is kind of ironic that the Folgers lid is blue and the sky is blue. I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into this. I'm sorry.
In accordance with what we think your dying wishes might well have been, We commit your final mortal remains to the bosom of the Pacific Ocean, which you love so well. Good night, sweet prince.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, I am aware, after so many episodes, and to my 3 fans out there, again, thank you so much for bearing me, bearing with me and all this bullshit that I spew. John Goodman, shot the ashes over the cliff here, and most of it went to, the dude's face. So I mean, this is such a good movie. I actually saw this movie in theaters with my parents. My parents made so many fucking mistakes. We're going to get into that in the future. But they did one right thing. They knew when movies were good. So yeah. I mean, it just, like, I want to be cremated too, but I don't want them to spend $6,000 on a vase, so yeah. This is the last time, I swear.
Oh shit, dude, I'm sorry. Goddamn women.
God damn it, Walter. You fucking asshole.
Dude, I'm sorry.
It's a fucking travesty with you, man.
I'm sorry, it was an accident.
What was that shit about Vietnam?
Dude, I'm
What
sorry.
the fuck? Does anything have to do with Vietnam?
Dude, I'm
What the
sorry.
fuck are you talking about?
Dude, I'm sorry.
Fucking...
Sorry, one last thing. I just want to point out that also I'm trying to do more voiceover work. So if anybody listens to this and thinks I have a decent voice, I'm not so much in the looks department, but I've been told I have a good voice. So at least God gave me something. So again, reach out to me through this podcast, and that's it. Once again, I swear to you, this is the last time. I don't want to ruin this beautiful moment. All right, rest in peace, Donnie.
Walter?
Come on, dude. Holy fuck it, man. Let's go bowling.
Sorry, one last thing. I've never noticed this. In the background there's somebody walking on the other cliff. I never noticed that. I mean, I don't know if that's meant to be an error or is to show that other people go to this cliff but once again, this is one of the funny, this is definitely in my top 10 movies of all time. Again, the last 5 minutes of this podcast has had nothing, I mean literally nothing to do with online dating. But again, it shows, if you've been with me so far up to this point, that you are a true supporter. And I thank you for that. I'm going to let the great Sam Elliott close it off here. And the dude abides.
The dude abides. I don't know about you.